if I can. Hi guys. Okay, I'm sitting on the floor, but it's clean. I'm just gonna do a little Facebook Live. If you guys have questions while I'm doing this, feel free to hop on there and I'll answer them. Otherwise, leave it in the comments. That's what Stella does. And I will later. So I'm gonna tell you what we've been up to this weekend. I've been very hard at work trying to come up with some solutions to what's going on with Corona, how it's gonna affect the gym, you guys individually. And Stephanie and Erica have been tremendous helps as well. So just so you guys know, right now, the gym, you could lick it, but don't, okay? It's super, super clean. So I've got my list down here of things I wanna talk to you about. If you guys think I'm overreacting, that's fine. But here's the reality of it. There may be a point in time that I am forced to close doors, not by my own choosing, right? There's a lot of places right now that non-essential businesses are being forced to close down for a while. As any small business owner knows, that's a really big deal, just business-wise. And for you guys, we want to provide you something that's good for you, and we want to keep you here as long as we can. So we've got some things we put in place, some things we're going to ask you to do that will help us be able to do that and not have to make some tough decisions that we don't want to have to make. All right, so here's my list. You can't see it. First, yeah, there I did. Touch my freaking face. So, sorry. I'm gonna go wash my hands in a minute. That's the first thing on my list. Okay, so guys, wash your hands. Starting tomorrow, and I'm coaching almost everything tomorrow, so you're gonna hear me hound you. You have to wash your hands with soap and water before you come into the gym. Yes, we have hand sanitizer. It's great if in a pinch, but soap and water is best. We have plenty of soap. We have 3 sinks. There is zero reason that you should not be washing your hands after you use the restroom, and now we're gonna ask you to do it before you come into the gym, okay? So please wash your hands. We've got some signs up as friendly reminders. Please wash your hands before you come into the gym. This one, it's gonna be a little harder, but we really are gonna ask you guys to not linger in the lobby before class, okay? I know that is gonna be hard, but it's just gonna help us out to be able to keep some areas clean. We are gonna be disinfecting things around the clock throughout the day. The more we can keep people kind of from staying in one space, especially in groups, the better off we're gonna be. So we're gonna ask that you don't linger in the lobby before or after class. You can come into the gym, it's a lot more spacious. For kids right now, and I know this is gonna be a tough one, it is spring break. I know a lot of kids are gonna be out of school. I have them as well. We're gonna shut down the kids' room for now. It's just gonna be too hard to keep that thing clean. We know kids aren't necessarily being affected by getting sick, but we know kids can carry things to other people, and so it's gonna be really important that we kind of try to monitor that the best we can. So we're gonna keep the kids' room closed. What we're gonna do is ask them to come into the gym, which I know I normally don't do. We're gonna ask them to come into the gym. We're gonna have kind of the area where we have our on-ramp area. We're gonna ask them to, if you guys bring chairs for them, they're gonna kind of be in their own spaces. They can come. I'm not telling you not to bring your children, but what I'm asking is if they come, they need to stay in one area. They need to have something to do. They can't be up running around. I don't know how I'm gonna get Stella to do that, but we've got to keep them kind of in their own space and not messing with each other the best we can do that. So I know that's hard, parents, and we really want to be family friendly, but right now it's gonna be really important that we can all kind of like come together and see if we can make that happen. So if some of the older kids are in the lobby, specifically I'm thinking like some that come at 11 when there's no other ones here, if they can sit in a chair and read and they're family members and maybe they're the only ones there, that might be an exception. But for the most part, we're gonna have them in here sitting, doing something, okay? We have dedicated barbells. We're gonna have dedicated equipment. So when you come in tomorrow, you're gonna see some barbells that have blue tape around them. That's like, don't touch, right? We've got 2 areas. We've got 2 barbell racks. We have 18 bars, 9 men's, 9 women's that we've picked out. We tried to pick some of the ones that we think people like to use more. They've all been sanitized heavily right now. Those will be the bars you guys, I keep looking at it, that's why I keep turning my head. Those will be the ones you guys use that we're gonna ask you to use for classes. The way I'm gonna program this week and the next week until we kind of things chill, I'm gonna really try to limit equipment, meaning I probably won't have like a barbell and a wall ball in the same workout. We may use a kettlebell, a set of dumbbells, something where when you guys are done, we don't have to spend 15 minutes cleaning, so it's gonna make it a lot easier. So we're gonna try to help you out with that, but we are gonna have designated equipment that you're using, so that way if coaches still, even after class, even though you guys will be cleaning it yourselves, we can still go and clean them down easily and make sure everything's covered just in case something gets missed. All right, trying to cover all of our bases. Same thing will be when we get on the rig. We'll have certain pull-up bars that we're gonna have you guys use. It's just gonna be part of it for a while. I hope we can all, be okay with that. I don't know if you can see behind me. I'll move, and I'll put a picture up later. But we've got a really colorful. Hold on, really colorful area for you. It's really great. Stephanie bought a bunch of duct tape, and we didn't quite have enough of the same color. So we are gonna practice some social distancing of our own in class. We have gridded out the floor. Your squares are 10 by 7. We have 18 of them, so plenty of room for you guys. I know it's weird, but when you guys come in, you're gonna have your square. You can pick it. I'm not gonna assign you squares, but you'll have your own square to do your workout in, do your warm up in. We're gonna try to keep you off the floor as much as we can. I disinfected the heck out of it this morning. We're gonna try to get it done a couple times a week. We're gonna ask you to spray down your square with bleach. We've got lots of Clorox, guys. We're gonna be really refilling those bottles. So we'll ask you to kind of spray down your square so we know if your sweat, you can't really transmit it through sweat, but still, you've got stuff, right? So we're gonna try to stay clean. So you'll have your own square. You guys pick a color. There's lots of them, okay? lots of, not gonna do it. I almost rubbed my nose. Okay, so squares. Okay, a few more, what am I missing before I get into this part? Stephanie and Eric are sitting over here. Okay, so here's the kind of the big one I want to talk to you guys about. It's just some personal responsibility. I know that most of us are not personally worried about getting sick or having really big issues. I don't even know if Edmond's going to be very affected. I know there's been 7 confirmed cases in Oklahoma so far, but in a lot of surrounding areas, and so chances are there's a lot of people around us that have it and we don't know. You can have, and you guys have all seen the stuff. Please don't believe everything you read on Facebook. Make sure it's from a reliable source. Go look at the CDC. Don't look at your friend's Facebook post from yada yada yada.com. Just get some actual science before you start freaking out. But it's true. But 2 to 14 days is when you can show symptoms. Okay, so I know we've got a lot of people traveling right now for spring break. I am not going to tell you guys that are gone on vacation you are not allowed in the gym. What I'm going to ask you humbly is that you use some judgment and decide if it's really worth you coming back immediately. From a personal place right now, my father-in-law is in the ICU, and this is a really big deal for my family. So especially me being here so much, my husband being here so much, my kids being here so much, if any of us get sick, that could be really detrimental right now to us. So we need you guys. And it's not just for my family, it's for everybody who has parents that are older, or if you have someone in your family who's, immune compromised. I know we have parents that have kids that have issues. Selfishly, yeah, you're probably gonna be fine, right, for the most part, but you don't know who you're going to affect. So that's what I'm asking you to do. I am not telling you to not come to the gym. I'm just saying cover your mouth when you cough. Wash your hands obsessively. Clean your equipment. Clean your area. Don't talk in somebody's face. You don't need to high five people right now. We don't need to. Just be aware for a while. I have spent a lot of time today and yesterday programming out some things for you guys to try to mitigate a little bit of this, especially for those of you that maybe aren't going to be in the gym. You don't feel comfortable in the gym. You've got kid issues now, so you can't be in the gym. The last thing we want is for you guys to not be in here anymore and not be a part of this community anymore. I want to give you guys the opportunity to stay with us, even if that means you're gone for a few weeks. So I've created kind of what we're going to do, an at-home track for those of you that need it. I have 3 different versions. Basically, for those of you that have good garage gyms, I know some of you do, you can follow along with our regular class workouts. I've made videos with warm-ups, video demos, movement demos, so you get some guidance without being here. And you can do it on your own time frame. So it's not like a Facebook or a virtual class where you need to log in and be there at a certain time. You guys can do it when you want. We have a modified equipment version. So this is going to be with dumbbells and kettlebells. If you guys saw my post, I'm going to let you guys come check out equipment if you cannot be here. Okay, so you guys are gonna have the ability to check out a set of dumbbells or a kettlebell. You get to pick the weight. I'm gonna have you sign a form. In the event it is not returned to me, you are responsible for the full purchase price of that equipment, which I think is only fair. But otherwise, it's not costing you anything to borrow this from me for the next 2 weeks. I want to do this so you guys can stay moving, stay involved. I'm happy to do this. So we've got some stuff set out for you. You can come up this week. You're gonna need to check it out with me, or if I'm not here, another coach will have you sign something. But you'll be able to follow along with our modified equipment version. Same thing, warm-ups, movement demos, mobility, all that jazz. And then we have a body weight one as well. So for those of you that have no equipment, you don't wanna run anything, or maybe you just like can't get in one day, but you wanna do something at home, we'll have a body weight workout. It's gonna be different, obviously, than what we're doing in class. And then we'll have a 5-minute core piece every single day that you guys can follow along with. So I'm gonna post all of those on SugarWOD. If you guys aren't on SugarWOD, you should be on SugarWOD. It's a really great way to stay involved. I would encourage you to go post your times on SugarWOD. I'm trying to get some groups set up with some of our coaches to help with some accountability as well. I'm not gonna stress out about that right now. I've got a lot of other things to kind of get underway before the week goes. So look for that possibly later in the week. Anything else? What am I forgetting? 0 questions. I love it. Everyone just loves everything I'm saying.
Yes.
Or they're all rolling their eyes. Actually, Megan said something. Just kidding. What? I can't think of anything. So the game plan right now is class as usual. I will take stock of kind of what happens this week. You know, legitimately, thanks, Kristen. If we've got some classes that are real low in attendance, there's a possibility we might merge some just for the time being. I don't anticipate me wanting to do that, okay? I want to give you guys your class times, and I'm not going to cut out like early or late ones, because I know those of you that do those are your times. If I'm thinking of anything, I may, looking at merging maybe like a 9 and 11 in the morning. Those have been a little bit thinner, but don't worry, you 5:45ers and 6:30ers, you guys I'm not doing anything to your classes. You're very important. I think that's it. So we're gonna do our best. I am not gonna be bullied into shutting this gym down. I'm also not gonna be passive. So I just want you guys to know I'm trying to be really proactive. I don't wanna be reactive. I've talked to some other gym owners in the area. Everyone kind of seems to be on the same page. Not bringing their bags. Thank you. Bags. We've had it on there, and I kind of get laxed with it. It's not a huge problem generally, but you guys can't bring your stuff in the gym, okay? You can't bring your bags in. You can't have your shirts on the floor. You can't have your shoes, and you can't have your stuff. So you guys are... I covered my mouth. Get away. It's just a cough. It's not the plague. You guys are gonna have to leave stuff in cubbies or your lockers or your cars, okay? It doesn't mean you can't bring stuff in. You can go get belts. You can go get shoes. I just don't want your stuff laying all over the floor, okay? Because I don't want to have to pick it up when you leave it and forget it, and it's just gonna get germy. So for your health too, don't leave it in here, because who knows who's gonna walk by and spit on it, cough on it, sneeze on it. We're gross. I'm just kidding. You guys, it's gonna be fine. I'm not trying to scare anybody. I just wanted to give you kind of my game plan moving forward, so you know that we have a plan. We're not being I can't think of the words because I've said so many. But yeah, we're not being hysterical, but we're not being lazy. We've got a plan. We want to keep you involved. We love you guys. We're here to help you. Please, if you've got issues, concerns, questions, talk to me or any other trainer. And we'll be fine. So here's to a good week, even though it's going to be cold and rainy for spring break and everything's closed. But you guys can come work out right now, and that's the important thing, right? So stay healthy. If you feel bad, stay home, okay? Stay home if you think you're sick. I don't care what kind of sick you are. You shouldn't come here when you're sick anyways, okay? Don't be selfish, all right? Think of other people right now. So we will see you tomorrow. Come to class, though. I want you in class. Stop being lazy. Okay. All right, bye.